So this is Dave Brailsford. He took over British cycling at a time when British cycling was dismal. In the 100 years from 1908 to 2008, British cycling had only won one gold medal. They hadn't won a single Tour de France in a 110-year history of Tour de France. And so he comes in and he starts to make subtle, small changes. And they look at what are the 1-degree shifts that we can make on all aspects of our cycling team. They look at how can they change the seats? How can they change the, they painted the inside of their vans white so that they could better see dust that might be in that environment. They hired a doctor to teach their cyclists how to wash their hands appropriately so that they would be less likely to get sick. They looked at all aspects of that experience and tried to figure out how can we improve everything by just 1 degree. Can we move things forward just a little bit? So they didn't look at, do we need a faster bike? Do we need better athletes? They looked at every aspect, breaking it down to its smallest point. And British cycling was so bad at this time that there were some bike companies that wouldn't sell them bikes. They would not sell them their brand of bikes because they didn't want British cyclists competing on their bikes. That's how bad they were at the international competition. Fast forward to the Beijing Olympics in 2008, and they set 4 Olympic records. They walk away with 8 gold medals, several silver, several bronze. They go to the 2012 Olympics, which was in London, and they repeat it. They walk away with 8 gold medals, total of 12 medals overall. They set 9 Olympic records. They set 7 world records in the 2012 Olympics, all from making these 1-degree shifts. They win something like 70% of the gold medals over that 12-year period that were available to cyclists. They're so good that when she wins a gold and a silver medal, read the caption, Pendleton only achieved silver in the women's sprint. The expectations totally flipped. Also, wouldn't it be, it just feels like British papers to me, right? Like she only won the silver. They failed to mention that she also won a gold in the Olympics. All of that happens in 12 years by making small changes across the board, not looking for big shifts, not looking for single solutions, but making small, subtle shifts across the board. Brailsford would leave the Olympic team and he would go to a professional team, and over a 7 or 8 year period, he would win 6 Tour de France victories with different British athletes. Applying the same technology, the same processes, the same procedures. How do we make little shifts and move this forward? And this is what he says. The whole principle came from the idea that if you broke down everything you could think of that goes into riding a bike, doctors washing their hands, doctors teaching us how to wash our hands, they looked at better pillows and better blankets so that their athletes could sleep better. They experimented with different lotions and muscle recovery supplements and other things like that to try to figure out which one worked the best. And then improve it by just 1%, you will get a significant increase when you put them all together. So he talks about the aggregation of 1% shifts. Let's get to our goal not by one single solution, but by putting all of these subtle, small shifts together. And my sense is that as you think about what you're trying to achieve, this colossal goal of a world and an environment with 100% player safety, it's not going to be a single solution. It's going to be small, subtle shifts. It's going to be a change in technology. It's going to be a change in interactions. It's going to change the games that we offer. It's going to change how we offer. It's going to change all the other things we offer. All of these things can push you in the same direction. That aggregation of small shifts will help you achieve your goal. And I'm quite confident that if you step back and you look at how do we fix this one thing? How do we change this one thing? What's 1-degree shift that we can do this year on this, that it will slowly, over time, and then quickly move you into the future. Thank you so much for letting me join you. It's been great. Thanks.